Hey, beautiful soul, and welcome back to the Aniston Rickstein Show. Today's episode is your energetic roadmap for July 2025. And if you've been feeling more emotional than usual, maybe a little tired, even confused about what you're supposed to be doing with your life right now, listen, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You're just in a new energetic season. I get asked all the time by friends, clients, even women that I've just met, what's my personal year again? And what does this month mean for me? Or why does everything feel so intense right now? And the answer, 9 times out of 10, is this: you're just moving through a shift in your energetic cycle. You're in a different season of expansion or contraction. And when you understand which one you're in, everything starts to make more sense. So let me explain how this works. We are all moving through something called a universal year. This is the energetic theme we're all navigating together as a collective. Think of it as the energetic weather report of the year. It sets the tone for growth, healing, transformation on a global scale. Then there's your personal year. This is your unique soul curriculum for the year based on your birth date. It's like your own energetic season, what your soul is focusing on, learning, and being asked to embody right now. Right now. And each month, we layer on a personal month number, which is a snapshot of the energy you're working with this month within the bigger picture of your year. So, in today's episode, we're going to explore the collective energy of July 2025, and then I'll walk you through what this month means specifically for you based on your personal year and personal month numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, don't worry. I'll teach you how to calculate them in just a second. And I've also written out an example in the show notes so you can follow along. Once you've got your number, scroll to the timestamps and skip to your forecast, or you can stay for the whole episode and get some insight into the people in your life too. Because once you understand what energetic season they're in, you stop taking things so personally and you start showing up with way more compassion and grace. I always know what cycle Rudy and the kids are in. So let's get into how to calculate your numbers. This is super simple, and all you need is your birth date and a little math, but don't worry, I'll walk you through it step by step. Let's start with your personal year number. Take the digits of your birth month and birthday. So if you were born in October, you would use 1 plus 0. If you were born on the 25th, that's 2 plus 5. Then add the digits of the current year, which is 2025. So that would look like 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. Add them all together, then reduce to a single digit, unless it's a master number like 11 or 22. So for example, if your birthday is October 25th, you would calculate 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 plus 9 equals 17. Then you would reduce down to one digit. So 1 plus 7 equals 8. So then you would be an 8 personal year. Here's another example. Let's say your birthday is July 14th. July is the 7th month of the year, so you would calculate 7 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9. That would equal 21. Then you would reduce 21 to one digit, so 2 plus 1 equals 3, and that's a 3 personal year. Now for your personal month number, take your personal year number and add 7, because we're looking at July, the 7th month, and then reduce to a single digit if needed. So if you're a 3 personal year, you would add 3 plus 7 for the month of July, which would equal 10. Then reduce to one digit, so 1 plus 0 equals a 1 personal month. This number gives you insight into the unique energy you're moving through this month, inside the bigger theme of your personal year. And if you're like me and you want to see it all written out, I've included an example of this calculation in the show notes for you. Once you've got your number, scroll to the timestamps to jump straight to your forecast, or you can stay with me and soak it all in. All right, let's get into the collective energy we're all working with this month. So collectively, we're in a 9 universal year, the final chapter in a 9-year cycle. This is a year of completion, surrender, forgiveness, emotional closure, and if I'm being honest, letting go of a lot of stuff that's just not meant to come with you into the next version of your life. And this month, July, is this universal month 7, which brings even more introspection, spiritual inquiry, and a need to slow the heck down. So yeah, it's pretty deep. You might feel tired, emotional, disconnected from your usual momentum and flow, but you're not off track. You're just being realigned in the most beautiful way. We'll likely see a widespread interest in all things spirituality, mindset, meditation, even astrology and numerology. Now let's talk about how this energy shows up for you based on your personal year number. If you're in a 1 personal year, this is the start of a brand new 9-year cycle for you. It's all about rediscovering who you are, taking initiative, and stepping into a fresh identity that's more aligned with who you're becoming, not who you've been. You might have felt called to break away from old patterns, take some risks, or finally say yes to that thing your soul's been nudging you towards. Last month, June carried a 7 personal month for you, which likely brought some introspection. You may have felt slower, more reflective, or unsure about how to move forward. That was on purpose. It was a time to reset your inner compass before accelerating again. Now, in July, you're in an 8 personal month, and the energy is turning back on big time. This is your power month, and not power from force, but from embodied truth. What July is asking of you is it's asking you to own your voice, your value, and your worth. It's asking you to be willing to take aligned action in business or leadership and to let go of anything or anyone that's draining your energy or your confidence. Here are my tips on how to ride this specific energetic wave. First, raise your standards. If something feels misaligned, draining, or beneath your worth, then it is. End stop. Next, treat your energy like currency. Audit where it's leaking and lovingly close that tab. And finally, do one bold thing this month that says, I know who I am, even if it scares you. You might feel the pressure to prove yourself, but you don't need to hustle to be worthy. Instead, anchor into your purpose and move from there. This is where true power lives. Now, if you're in a 2 personal year, this season of life is all about inner growth, emotional sensitivity, and learning how to trust the timing of things. You're probably learning how to be with the in between, the space between what was and what will be without rushing the process. And that ain't easy. Relationships are big teachers for you this year, and so is learning how to listen more deeply to your own intuition. As a side note, Rudy is in his 2 personal year right now, and I'm having to constantly remind him this is a year to pack your patience and trust in divine timing, as next year will be an expansion year, and this year is preparing him for that. In June, you were in an 8 personal month, which might have pushed you to step into a new level of confidence or deal with some power dynamics, especially in relationships or at work. You may have felt stretched to hold your boundaries or speak up. And even if it felt uncomfortable, just know that it was all about your growth. Now in July, you're in a 9 personal month, which brings the final chapter of something. This could be the end of a relationship pattern, an emotional story that you've carried, or even a limiting belief that you've completely outgrown. Here's what July is really asking of you. First, give yourself permission to grieve what is no longer aligned with you in your life. Also, let go of the need to fix everything or to keep everyone happy. And finally, clear emotional clutter so you can hear your soul more clearly. And here's how to harness this energetic wave. Make space to cry, to grieve, to reflect. This isn't weakness, you guys. It's cleansing, and you'll feel so much lighter when you actually surrender to that. Write a goodbye letter to yourself, burn it, throw it in the fire, clear your physical space, your closet, your inbox, your photos, and then watch how it shifts your emotional energy too. This is a sacred month of release for you. You are not breaking down, you're actually breaking free. If you're in a 3 personal year, this is your time to express yourself. Your soul wants to be seen, to be heard, and felt. This year is about finding your voice. It's leaning into your creativity and allowing joy and emotional truth to truly lead the way for you. You may find yourself pulled towards writing, art, speaking, or just showing up more honestly in your life. June was a 9 personal month for you, which may have felt heavier than you have expected. You were likely letting go of something emotionally, whether it be a story, a relationship dynamic, or a version of you that no longer fits. That release was necessary. Now in July, you're in a 1 personal month, the start of a new monthly cycle within your year of self expression. You've cleared something, and now it's time to start fresh. This month wants you to begin something that excites you, even if it's imperfect. Say yes to opportunities to speak, to share, or to lead, and let your inner fire guide your next steps. This is your month to shine. Here's my advice on how to best ride this energetic wave. Start the thing. Don't wait until it's perfect. Just begin. Also, choose one creative expression, whether it be a voice note, a post, a piece of art, or even a story, and let yourself be seen in it. And say yes to something that excites you and scares you a little, because that's your flex. Don't wait for the right time. This is your month to nudge you into being bold and to begin something. If you're in a 4 personal year, you're being called to create strong foundations in your routines. It could be your health, your work, or even your long-term vision of your life. This year might feel slower or more demanding and restrictive, but it's all about building what's real and lasting and creating that foundation. You're learning discipline, but not as punishment. It's more of a devotion to what really matters to you, and that freedom is found in the discipline. In June, you were in a 1 personal month, which might have brought a burst of new ideas or the urge to initiate something new. You may have felt energized, motivated, or honestly a little frustrated if things weren't moving fast enough to your liking. But now in July, the energy softens with a 2 personal month. And this month is less about pushing and more about coming back to yourself, listening, supporting, slowing down to reconnect to your heart. This month is asking you to nurture your close relationships, to pour energy into them, to be gentle with yourself. Progress is feeling slower than you would like, and to tune into what feels aligned for you, not just what looks good on paper. Here are some tips on how to maximize this energetic wave. Soften your routines. Light a candle, play music, romanticize just the normal everyday. Also, ask for some support. Even if you're used to doing it all yourself, this is not about lone wolfing. And finally, have one intentional check in with someone close to you. Let connection be the goal, not just productivity. Listen, you're not falling behind, you're building from wholeness, and that takes time. If you're in a 5 personal year, change and the unexpected are your themes this year, and I bet you have felt it. You're being asked to let go of rigidity, to follow your truth, to say yes to new experiences that will help you grow. It's an exciting and sometimes unsettling year, but also one that can feel a little ungrounded if you're trying to control what is meant to evolve for you. June brought a 2 personal month, and chances are it slowed you down and probably needed to. You might have felt emotional, indecisive, or pulled into reflection around relationships or even your next steps. But now in July, the energy is going to lighten with a 3 personal month, one of my faves. And it wants you to move, to connect, to express, to enjoy life, to feel alive. Let this month be about saying yes to what feels playful and creatively fulfilling. Let your truth come through your words, your art, and just your presence, and releasing the pressure to figure it all out and just let life move through you as it wants to. Here are my tips for how to handle this month. Do something fun just because. Let joy be a valid reason for doing that thing. Also, use your voice. Post something unfiltered, speak your truth, send a voice memo to a friend you've been thinking about, and do not overthink it. Let yourself be messy this month, be expressive, and just fully alive. This month is a beautiful window of momentum for you. So use it, but don't force it. Let joy be your compass. If you're in a 6 personal year, you're moving through big lessons around love, relationships, family, responsibility, and self-worth. It's a year of emotional healing. Yep, that fun. And also one where you might feel like you're carrying a lot, maybe too much. This work, or the work of the 6 year, is about redefining what it means to show up for others without abandoning yourself in the process. Last month, June brought a 3 personal month, which may have felt more expressive and emotionally full. You might have been navigating some vulnerable conversations or felt pulled between joy and doing what lights you up and overwhelm and being productive. Now, in July, the 4 personal month invites you to ground back into yourself and into your foundational energy. This is the time to get organized, to clean up loose ends, to create a more stable container for yourself and for your relationships. Here's what this month is really about. Simplify your schedule, your commitments, your priorities. Strengthen the foundations in your home, in your health, and in your work. This is not the time to ignore the cracks. Focus on practical action that will bring you emotional peace. And here are my tips on how to maximize this month's energy. Clean one area of your life that has felt chaotic. So it could be a drawer in your kitchen, your finances, or even your schedule. Focus on what's within your control and then surrender the rest. And create a bare minimum routine that will keep you anchored even on the hard days. Let structure support you being relaxed instead of gripping so tightly and feeling tense. You don't need to be everything to everyone, but you do need to take care of you. If you're in a 7 personal year, you've probably felt a strong pull inward. This is a deeply spiritual year designed to reconnect you with your truth and help you release the need for external validation. You're being guided to slow down, to unplug, and even listen to your soul, even when it feels uncomfortable. June was a 4 personal month, which likely had you focusing on the practical, maybe bringing order to your finances, to your health, or bringing order to your daily routines. That energy may have felt a little rigid or heavy, but it helped you create space for what's next. It's really important. Now, in July, the energy shifts with a 5 personal month, and you might feel a sense of movement, of change, or restlessness bubbling up. Something wants to move. And this month is going to invite you to let go of what's become too constrictive or too outdated. It's going to invite you to say yes to spontaneity and experiences that will actually help you grow and to speak your truth, even if it disrupts and shakes things up. And here are a few tips on how to ride this energetic wave. To start, shake up your routine, change your scenery, take a spontaneous day trip, or try something new just to feel that juicy feeling of freedom. Also, say the honest thing, even if it makes you nervous or you think you're going to be too much, and move your body daily, not for fitness, but for creating flow and freedom instead of carrying tension in your body. If change is knocking, don't resist it. It's a part of your path. Let it open you, not scare you. I would bet there's something freeing waiting on the other side of this month for you. If you're in an 8 personal year, this is your rise and lead season, sisters. It's a powerful year for visibility, for success, embodying your worth in real, tangible ways. But it also comes with some big questions. Are you aligned with what you're building? Are you leading from authentic truth or from who you think you have to be? June brought a 5 personal month, and chances are something shifted for you. You may have felt a little unsettled, a little ungrounded. Maybe you received unexpected news or experienced a necessary shakeup to get you back into an alignment in a relationship or in a job. Now, in July, you enter a 6 personal month, and it's time to come back to yourself, to your heart, to your body. This is about love, relationships, healing, a softer inner power. July is here to help you rebalance your energy between ambition and connection, to nurture the people and projects that matter most to you, and just to get honest about where you're giving out of obligation instead of love. Here are some tips from me on how to maximize this month's energy. First, put your phone away during dinner. Your presence is your power. Where your awareness goes, your energy flows. Bring it back to where your feet are. Also, let someone help you. Even if your instinct is to do it all yourself, delegating and allowing others to help you is actually a gift because guess what? They want to do things for you too. It feels really good. So let them. Ask yourself each morning, what would feel loving for me today? And for me, as well as for the people that I lead. This month is your reminder that real leadership actually begins here in the heart. So let love lead the way. If you're in a 9 personal year, this is a year of endings, release, forgiveness, and closure. You are clearing karmic chapters not because you're being punished, but because you're being prepared for what's next. This year asks, what are you still holding on to that's already done? As a side note, my personal year cycle follows the universal year. So if you're like me and in a 9 personal year, we get a double doozy of this number. Aren't we lucky? This year has been intense in the most miraculous way, meaning I feel like I've been nonstop shedding old identities, clearing out old beliefs and programs. It's like having an inner feng shui for 12 months. But I'm here for it. And just know you'll feel like a shiny new penny when you arrive in your 1 year in 2026. June carried a 6 personal month, which likely brought family or relationship themes to the surface. You may have been asked to navigate emotional responsibility, to set boundaries, or finally face something that you have been avoiding for a long time. But now in July, you're in a 7 personal month and everything is going to slow back down. This is a sacred pause, the kind where you feel pulled inward, maybe even a little disconnected from the outer world, but that's okay. It's by design. This month wants you to be still long enough to receive clarity. Yes, stillness is a strategy, so make time for it. Also, spend time in solitude, nature, or reflection. This is a great time to take up a daily walking habit or to spend time with your feet in the sand, watching the waves, and release the need to figure it all out and let something deeper guide you. You won't know what's really happening below the surface. Just know this. To the degree that you allow this inner transformation is the degree to which you will expand in August. You're not meant to build this month. You're actually meant to be. So let July be your soul sabbatical, if you will. As for me, I'll be spending 1 week in Kauai and one at my favorite lake on the planet that is remote and one of the most peaceful places I have ever been. Just know this, you're being prepared for a beautiful new beginning. If you're in an 11 personal year, this is a rare and sacred year, one that doesn't come around often, but when it does, you best take note. Your intuition is being heightened and something destined is trying to come through. You're being called to lead with light. This is a year that will heighten your intuition, your sensitivity, and your connection to something greater than you. But it can also feel like a major roller coaster. You're being asked to trust the unseen, even when things don't make logical sense. This is a year that is going to call you into spiritual leadership, not through force, but through presence and alignment. In June, you were in an 8 personal month, and you may have felt pressure to perform, to show up big, or deal with power dynamics around work or money or even control. It might have been a month where you had to stand in your worth or navigate some major ego triggers. Whatever came up for you, it was preparing you for what's next. Now in July, you're in a 9 personal month, and this is a month of sacred release. It's the emotional completion energy. Things may be coming to an end, falling away, or unraveling, so you can step into a more aligned version of yourself. Here's what this month is really asking of you. Let go of old identities, patterns, or even attachments that no longer serve your higher path. Create space for your next level by clearing what you thought you needed. And trust your intuition, especially when it tells you something is finished. You might feel a little tender this month. You might feel a lot introspective, but that's not weakness. That is just creating the space for your clarity to rise. Let this be the month where you finally release what is not yours to carry anymore. You're being prepared for something bigger, but you can't bring the old story with you. If you're in a 22 personal year, you're in one of the most powerful years of your life. Congratulations. This is the master builder energy, meaning your soul is here to lay the groundwork for something truly impactful and legacy driven. But here's the truth: this year isn't just about doing big things, it's about building with integrity, alignment, and patience. Sometimes that means going slower than your mind would like because your soul wants to get it right. Last month, June, was a one personal month, and you may have felt a wave of fresh energy. Maybe you had a new idea that came through. Maybe you felt a push to start something or step forward in a much bigger way. But now in July, you enter a two personal month and everything is going to soften. This is not a hustle month. This is a contraction month. It's a month of deep listening to your intuition, your body, your relationships, and the subtle signs that are happening all around you. What July is asking from you is this: lean into partnership. You don't have to build this big dream of yours alone, even though you probably are trying to. Focus on what feels aligned, not just what looks impressive or what everyone else is doing. And be okay with moving slower because that's part of the divine blueprint too. You may feel more sensitive this month or a little emotionally up and down, and that is okay. Don't freak out. This isn't weakness, it's the recalibration that your soul needs. Let July be the month that you feel your way forward instead of thinking your way forward. Your intuition knows how to build this dream better than your ego ever could. All right, my love, wherever this message finds you today, I hope you feel a little more seen, a little more anchored, and a whole lot more connected to the truth that if you are feeling off, if you are doubting your timing and questioning everything that's happening around you, you are simply in a new energetic season. And when you learn to honor the season that you're in, whether it's expansion, contraction, grief, clarity, mess, magic, or some strange combination of it all, life starts to feel a lot less confusing and a lot more synchronistic and aligned. You are doing beautifully, you're evolving, and everything is unfolding right on time, right on plan. If this episode gave you clarity or comfort, I would love if you shared it with a friend or a sister who might be moving through something too. We're all navigating these cycles together, and when we understand them, we hold each other with more grace and compassion. And if you want to go deeper into your own soul blueprint, your purpose, your gifts, and the deeper reason why you're here, make sure to download the Magnetic Woman Code. It's free, it's potent, and it's one of the most powerful tools I have ever created to help you come home to who you truly are. I love you. I see you. And I'll meet you back here next week.